Now to part two of our series, The Sugar Fix. We're taking a deeper look at the impact sugar has on our bodies. This morning, our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, is back to break down alternate ways to satisfy that sweet tooth. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning again.
And you also have a degree in nutrition, so we're going to do a little double duty for you right here.
Right.
What is the maximum amount of sugar we should be eating daily?
Okay, you looked a little nervous when you were looking at this,
yes.
but before we get to the maximum for men and women, we have to do some basic biochemistry. Our brain cells need glucose, sugar, to function. So not all sugar is bad. It's about how much sugar, right? And so the added sugar is key. These are the limits, all right? For men, it's 9 teaspoons a day maximum of added sugar. For women, it's 6. That's about 25 grams if you're reading labels. And Michael, again, we've talked about it. This is loaded in hidden things like bread, ketchup, soup. So read the labels.
It has
You look very scared.
Of the person.
No, it doesn't.
Good question. That's a good question. All right, so what impact does eating too much sugar have on the body?
All right, so I want to do a demonstration here. If you imagine this sponge is the body, water in the sponge is insulin, okay? And if you take, a little bit of sugar, which we get in our food, your body can readily absorb it. See,
it's
going into the sponge. You take a lot of sugar, your body is overwhelmed and you develop what's called insulin resistance, and that sugar stays there. It then gets deposited as fat. It causes inflammation. Fat is hormonally active tissue, and then that gets you on that pathway to metabolic syndrome, cancers, cardiovascular disease.
None of those things.
No bueno.
None of those things are good. But what about women who are pregnant? Can eating too much sugar affect the baby?
So this is really interesting. And again, merging, my specialties of nutrition and OBGYN, there is good data for this phenomenon known as epigenetics, meaning a pregnant woman consumes too much sugar. The fetus sees that high sugar environment, and then there are changes in DNA and increases the risk that offspring then develops metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and so on and so forth. So that in utero environment, super important.
All right, so for someone who's trying to cut down on sugar intake, what can they do?
Walk this way, my friend. So first of all, I have some tips before we get to the substitutes that I think are really important. Number one, you want to take a 5-day, 2-day approach. I think this is very doable, meaning Monday through Friday, you're super strict. You're reading those labels. 2 days, you ease up a little bit. Read the labels. Use those spices as substitutes, and be patient with yourself because it takes time to retrain your taste buds. And these are all great sugar substitutes if you're cooking or baking. I love this one. Swerve, it has a good profile and no calories.
Wow, okay. Ultimate sugar.
Honey's good. Avocado is great for smoothies. And fruit.
Can't beat it. Doc, thank you so much for using that other degree you have to help us out. And you can tune in Friday for the finale of The Sugar Fix. Dr. Whitney Bowe joined us with how sugar impacts our skin. Very important as well. Coming up next, a big surprise for a young dentist hoping so many realize their dreams. Tomorrow.